Namaste. Nupur Chakraborty had asked, is there a place for grace in Advaita Vedanta? But in the question, it's hidden that he thinks of these systems as different branches of philosophy, okay? Like different separate branches of philosophy. Like this is Advaita Vedanta and this is Bhakti. So Bhakti will believe in this, and Advaita Vedanta will believe in this. But that is not the case, you see. I was discussing the same question with Sritama, and she wonderfully, said this thing that, see, Thakur says about Hanumanji, that Hanumanji says that at one state, I feel that you are the master and I'm your servant. And at a little bit higher state, I feel like you are the whole and I'm part of you. And at a still higher state, when I'm in samadhi or in a meditative state, I see that it's all one. There's nothing, there's no separateness. So I am you, you are me, it's all one. There's no separateness in anything. The whole becomes united in one totality. Even Adi Shankaracharya ji, see, he spent his whole life preaching and spreading Advaita Vedanta, but he himself has written so many stotras of gods and goddesses, isn't it? For Lakshmi, Ganesha, Shiva. So many stotras that even now are being chanted all over India for gods and goddesses. So how if it is contradictory, how would you explain that, isn't it? So even an Advaita Vedanti who had spent his whole life preaching Advaita Vedanta, even he is acknowledging gods and goddesses. So what does that mean? It means it's not contradictory at all. It's just that it's our misunderstanding. It's not contradictory, isn't it? That means that these are states of consciousness. It's not separate traditions of philosophy or thinking or theories. These are different states of consciousness. And there's another wonderful example of Thakur after samadhi, after God realization. What will happen? Will two horns come up on the person? No, he will work and function in the world like a normal person. He says that a person who has gone to prison and then he gets freedom from the prison and he is come out into the society, then what would he do? Will he dance away? No, he will function again in the society like he used to do before. So before that state and after that state, you are always working in the same manner. You see, there might be a few days of shock when the mind is trying to process. You see, Swamiji, when he got Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Thakur touched him and he got Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And suddenly he sees, like, it's all consciousness. It's all one consciousness. And Swamiji acted like a mad person for a few days. He walking down the road, he would continuously think that, oh, the railings are conscious, the road is conscious, the car that is coming up is conscious, and he'll just walk distracted like that because he's seeing it, isn't it? The after effect of the experience is still there. And then when he's returning home, he has sat down to eat and he's thinking, looking at his plate, he's thinking, oh, the food is alive and the plate is alive, everything is alive. And he would eat a bit and then he will just lie down there only. And his mother will say, Arey, why aren't you eating properly? And he would just not say anything. He won't reply. He will keep lying there for some time. So he acted almost like a mad person for a few days. So you see, the mind takes time to process the experience that it has gone through, the shock of the experience that it has gone through, the truth of it. For everybody, not only it took him, it means that they are setting an example for all humans. So it will be the case for all of us. It might take a few days for the mind to grasp the matter, to grasp the shock of it, to grasp the truth of it. But once you get habituated to it, of course, you will again function as a normal human thing. Thakur says, Sare Gama Padha Ni. And the mind can't be in the state of this highest consciousness, Ni, Padha Ni, for a very long time. So it will come again to Sare Gama Padha, like that states. to function in this dimension, the mind has to, again adjust to this after even experiencing the truth of unified consciousness. So Bhakti and Advaita Vedanta is also not different. Even they are the same. Advaita Vedanta might show the same amount of bhakti towards his guru as a bhakta is showing towards Rama or Krishna or the gods and goddesses. Grace is always there. Even if not God's grace, then Guru's grace. And if you say that is Advaita Vedanti and the worship of gods and goddesses also contradictory, even they are not contradictory. See, Hanumanji's, that is the thing, Hanumanji's state. At a higher state, Rama is the whole and I am a part of him. God is the whole and the devotee feels that I am part of him. Whether you are a Vedanti or a Bhakta, it's the same. The God is the whole, the totality is totality and we are part of it. It's the consciousness, the sea of consciousness, and we are just a wave of it, a part of it. And then in Samadhi, it all merges away and there's just one unified consciousness. It's all one. There's no two or three. There's no separateness in it. I am God. So Aham Brahmasmi. Shivoham. I am Shiva. That kind of, in Samadhi you realize that. And Advaita Vedanta is starting off as if he's chanting, he's doing the japa of Aham Brahmasmi or Shivoham, Shivoham, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. But even then, he is functioning in the world, isn't it? He acknowledges his mother or father. He acknowledges his guru. He acknowledges his spiritual family. So, there's no contradiction even in acknowledging gods and goddesses because they are what? They are just higher beings. Rama and Krishna, once they were gurus for so many thousands and thousands of people. When they passed away, people started worshipping them and now they are like gods and goddesses. Shiva at one time, he was also on earth. His disciples used to worship him as guru. And the worship continued. And now he is worshipped as a god. And of course, even in the subtle realms, their vibration is there in a subtle way. And anybody who want to access that force can access. So, it all started with Guru Puja. So, even all gods and goddesses, they are, guiding beings. People, some or the other rishis, they have seen this goddess Lakshmi or Ganesha or whoever, and they guided them. It all started as Guru Puja. Otherwise, if you say God, then it's just consciousness. There's nothing. It's Brahma. Everything is Brahma. But what the Hindus is calling as gods and goddesses, these are all gurus. These are higher beings. But worshipping them is equal to worshipping the highest consciousness, God. Why? Because they are functioning as a merged consciousness. They know that they are part of the whole. They are continuously aware that they are part of the unified consciousness. So, worshipping any god is equal to worshipping the highest consciousness. Advaita Vedanta or Bhakti, there is no contradiction. So, in the context of this question that whether there is a place of grace in Advaita Vedanta, I just wanted to clarify the whole system of thought. They are just levels of consciousness and they are not different philosophies. It's just the same. Even a Bhakta will go into Advaita Vedanta at a higher state. And even Advaita Vedanta has Bhakti even while doing his sadhana, even while on the path. Even Thakur isn't, after Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he even again acknowledged the existence of Mother Kali. He continuously used to function as a child of Mother Kali. There's no contradiction if you understand it. Hari Om. Jai Ma, Jai Thakur.